no secret that I'm a football fan. I love it all. The competition, the stats, the drama, the smack talking. The football commentators can be interesting, insightful, and sometimes just plain silly. Their task is to keep the listener engaged in the game by filling in empty space between plays. Sometimes there just isn't anything significant to say, but it is their job, so they have to say something. One of the most famous commentators was John Madden. He was well known for stating the obvious, and he often said quirky things. I don't know that he did it on purpose. He was probably just trying to come up with something to say on the fly. Here are a few of his obvious statements he was known for. He would have scored a touchdown if he hadn't been tackled right there. Hey, the offensive linemen are the biggest guys on the field. They're bigger than everybody else, and that's what makes them the biggest guys on the field. Or, if the quarterback throws the ball in the end zone and the wide receiver catches it, it's a touchdown. And probably my favorite was, usually the team that scores the most points wins the game. Sometimes things are just obvious. Can we see the obvious? Much of the time we can, but there are times when we tend to miss what is right in front of us. True. There are sometimes boring or annoying, but important details in the game of football that affect the outcome of a game. A player's conditioning, footwork, strength, route running, pocket awareness, reliable hands, avoiding penalties, pass accuracy, team discipline, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is which team has more points on the scoreboard. In fact, a team can be pretty bad at winning and still have a player who shatters records. This past summer, some of our high school boys read a book about the Chicago Bears running back, Gale Sayers. He shattered records, but the Bears did not do so well. Dan Marino, who was the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins in the 80s, said, "I'd trade every record we broke to be Super Bowl champs." He was a record-smashing quarterback, but it didn't translate into a championship win. What's my point? It is clearly important to focus on the details, for it is in all of those details that individual players can become a team that wins a Super Bowl. However, if a team only looks at the details, they can too easily miss the overall point, winning games. You could have a bunch of individual players who are impressive to watch, but if they don't play each game to win, they will fail to achieve the real goal. The same can be true in so many areas of life. Think about high school. You can focus on doing well in each class. You can be an excellent student who is on the honor roll every year, but you won't graduate if you fail to take the right classes. You may only look at the details of each class and miss the overall goal of taking the classes necessary to graduate. This can also be true in Christianity. We can memorize verses, learn the history, and even be able to explain the finer points of theology, but miss the whole point. If we miss the point, we are in danger of being ineffective in our gospel work. Jesus rebuked the religious of his day, saying, "You pay a tenth of every little detail, and yet you have neglected the more important matters. You strain out a gnat, but gulp down a camel." If we miss the point, can we also be in danger of being fooled into thinking that we are part of the body of Christ, even if we are not? Again, Jesus says, "Many will say to me, 'Lord, Lord, didn't we prophesy in your name, drive out demons in your name, and do many miracles in your name?' Then I will announce to them, 'I never knew you. Depart from me.'" Today, we will look at the life of Jesus. Do you know the point of his life? When you look at his life, what is that one thing? If you miss that one thing, you will end up missing everything. Now, clearly, I'm not saying that the details are unimportant. We need the details to help us find the point of it all, but we don't want to be so engrossed in the details that it prevents us from seeing the point. Today, I want you to be sure that you discover the point. Our need for what Jesus brings is demonstrated in overwhelming detail, both in the Bible and in our own lives. I want you to verbalize the point of his life and take personal ownership of the need you have that is fulfilled in the life of Jesus. When we understand the overall point, it frees us to live a life of gratitude, peace, generosity, and joy. Please, do not sign out of class today until you understand the point of the life of Jesus.